Hi guys, it's yours truly, InterviewClues here, and welcome back to another InterviewClues episode. So, the series where I interview some peeps on the internet and talk about their hobbies and what they love to do. So, today we actually have someone that I've seen in SEGA Fan Discord quite often, and I figured that I would pull them aside so we can chat for a bit. But why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello everybody, my name is Ren, aka CobaltWolf, and I like doing fun stuff.
Hey, we all do, right? Well, welcome, welcome to InterviewClues. So I guess the first question is, what do you do? What do you like to do in your free time?
Mostly playing video games, like we all do. Playing video games, I like drawing, and I actually, with the pandemic and all this stuff, and needing to get a little bit of exercise, I've started doing skating lately. I've skated a little bit, not Tony Hawk levels yet, but probably getting there. That's what I'm doing lately.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah. Okay then. Let's see. So my first question is, when did you stop playing video games? Speaking of gaming.
Man, I actually been gaming since I was a kid. Probably. My first console was PlayStation 2, the first console that I owned, but I remember playing an N64 on a cousin's house a few years back. I first had a PlayStation 2, and it was like the greatest experience of my life, seeing my dad bring in that box, which had the PS2, and he plugged it in, and suddenly Crash Bandicoot was on the screen, and I was like, wow, this is next evolution gaming. And ever since then I've been just gaming all the time. I then had Game Boy Advance, one of the sideway ones, then I got an SP, and then I got a GameCube, and it just went on like that. I just got more and more consoles, and it just really inspired me to do what I do today, which is drawing. And yeah, it's been great gaming ever since I was a kid. It also helped me with English. My first language actually is not English. And it helped me a lot in that time where a lot of the games weren't really, in Spanish, and my first language. It helped me a lot with learning English. I can thank Pokemon and Phantasy 10 for helping me a little bit with my vocabulary. Thankfully, I don't laugh like Titus. So, yeah, I've been gaming ever since I was a kid, and I'm still gaming today.
Well, that is wonderful. The PlayStation 2 was not my first console or my fellow media maniac Ethan Ends, but we did both grow up with the console, so we know how it feels to have a next gen experience. So even more so than me. What were you gonna say?
No, just definitely.
Oh, okay, good. Definitely some great experiences on that console, and from then on, I really grew up into gaming too. So I know how it feels. I just kept gaming. Though I did drop a bit of interest in between here and then, but I did pick it back up pretty quick after the Wii era. So yeah, I know how that feels.
No, the Wii U was a dark time.
Don't remind me anything. Don't remind me anything. Oh my gosh. I don't want to think about that era. Moving on. So speaking of your artistic skills, so you said that gaming inspired you to become do art. How has that influenced you, and how'd you get started?
Yes, I've been drawing as long as I've been gaming. I've always been like a creative kid. I always I drew silly little dinosaurs in notebooks instead of paying attention in math class. And I remember just loving every design of every game that I played, you know? I was really on awe for the smallest things, like be it a summon in Final Fantasy X or a Pokemon in Ruby and Sapphire, you know? I always thought like that creature design, like monster design, especially boss design, made that I grew up playing a bunch of JRPGs here and there, especially as I mentioned Final Fantasy X. It's my favorite Final Fantasy, and it just got me started on that. I just really wanted to do character design, really wanted to do boss design, monster design, and stuff like that. And it just has driven my artistic path in a long way, you know. I always wanted to work on video games. I first started like, yeah, I'm gonna be a video game designer, but then I realized I'm not really fit to be a designer, as I really don't like coding and all that stuff, but I really want to become a concept artist. I really love concept art. When I have time and when I have money, I buy a lot of art books from video games. That luckily, a lot of video games are releasing art books lately, thankfully. And I especially like the Final Fantasy Ultimania archives. I have 2 volumes of that. I'm missing one. But it's amazing seeing the concept art in those and seeing how these iconic characters that we all love and know and recognize started in, you know, the drawing board, you know. I'm really into that. I'm really into monster design. Love all the games that have monsters on it. Be it Pokemon, Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy, and all that stuff. And yeah, it just inspired me to work and do what I do right now. Just really love it.
Well, that's definitely big. I can definitely agree with that. Art design is art design is something that awes me, especially with classic games back in the day and modern games nowadays. I mean, to provide an example, back in the old days of, probably getting a little off topic of games, but Blue's Clues, everything was actually made on a felt board, if my knowledge serves me if the numbers right, and then was digitally animated, made inside of a computer. Nowadays, everything is pretty much, well, for the most part, most of the cast remains 2D in Blue's Clues New, but Blue is now fully 3D, and she is just, it's just a huge leap from the 2D. I'm still trying to get used to it, so I know how that feels, and it just amazes me. I wish we could see, I've even seen some concept art that someone did before Blue's Clues New was even announced, and it looks pretty amazing too, but yeah, it sometimes it just amazes me how games can really blow us away with some of the concept art. And I would agree, I really hope we get to see more art design and art books. I still want to get my hands on that Sonic art book from the 25th anniversary.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing.
Right? Man, and if only I had the money in cash right now, I'd buy it right now, but games come first.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna say something?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I can't wait to see what art direction takes us next for video games. But keeping on topic, is there any game in particular that you really like in terms of art style?
Oh man, there's a lot. There's a lot of them. Wow. Besides from my lovely Final Fantasy X, thinking about it, not really a game that features a lot of monsters. Is a game that I really like the art design and animation in general. Streets of Rage 4. I've been playing it recently. It's such a good game. It's so beautifully animated. The team at the time really did justice to Streets of Rage. It's one of my favorite SEGA franchises. And man, I really love the art direction. Another one that I can think of off the top of my head is Ori and the Blind Forest. Really like how that game looks, really like how it conveys a lot of emotions just by being it. You know, it has no dialogue, it's so good. And in general, I just really like games that have vibrant energies in general. I know that lately in gaming we had a lot of grays and browns in the gaming color palette, especially on the AAA side. I like those from time to time, but I'm more of a, you know, indie AA kind of person when I play video games. Because I just like how creative they can be. Celeste is another one that I really like in art direction. And yeah, there's a bunch of them. And I'll say Bloodstain games as well. Really love those.
Wow, lots of games that influence you there. There definitely would agree on Streets of Rage. The team did an amazing job with the art for that one. When I'm legit serious, that's probably one of the best looking revivals slash in general beat 'em ups that I've seen with a great art style. I definitely would agree with Ori and the Blind Forest. That one is definitely one of the games that if you want a game without any real dialogue or anything and just want the art to do the storytelling, that is one of the games that I would definitely highly recommend y'all to play for sure. Oh, and it is available on Switch for Switch owners in case you didn't know, so you guys have a chance to play that. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, both of them. I think the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisp are both available on Switch, I believe.
Yep, that is correct.
Play the both of them.
Oh, yep, definitely play both of them. I haven't completed neither yet. I probably should get around to that later. But both are very fantastic games and somewhat sad. You might want to get a whole bunch of tissues. Just a warning.
Yeah, it's quite an emotional ride.
Yep, definitely. What other games did you say?
I also mentioned the Bloodstain series, and Celeste.
Celeste! I've heard, like, probably thousands of people talk about that game, and I still haven't played it yet, despite only on, games, on Xbox right now with my Games of Gold subscription, or I should say Game Pass at this point. I probably should get around to that later. And then you said Bloodstain. I have played Bloodstain, I think Ritual of the Night. That one was pretty good. I haven't played Curse of the Moon yet. But I'll get around to that eventually because I really want to play that one and Curse of the Moon 2 as well. So
yeah, they're both really good games, and they really bring back that Castlevania energy that we haven't had in a few years.
Yeah, in a few years. Kiami. Let me see. Okay, so you mentioned that you a couple of SEGA franchises. So how'd you get into SEGA games in general?
It's gonna be what everyone says, mostly, but it was through Sonic. Definitely through Sonic. I never owned a Sega console because I was, not because I didn't want to, but because when I got really into gaming, Sega just became a third-party publisher at that point. And I'm still looking around to buy a Dreamcast because I really like the Dreamcast, even though I haven't experienced it personally myself. But I really like the Dreamcast. But yeah, it was through Sonic. I remember, man, what was my first Sonic game? I think it was Sonic Heroes. It was Sonic Heroes. It was shamefully the PS2 port, which is kind of buggy here and there, but it's good. It's a good one. And I also had Sonic Mad Collection Plus, which is when I played the classics, you know, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles, and the Sonic and the Knuckles secret rings, and all that stuff. And after that, it just went. I really liked Sonic because I really liked his character design. I really liked that he was blue, my favorite color. is blue, and I just really like Sonic, and I just associated Sega with everything good because I really like the Sonic games and I really thought they were super good. So when my dad went to trips to the United States, I always told him, bring me Sega games. Bring me Sega games. And that's when I got some of the Genesis collections that they put out. I remember loving a lot of the Sega Classics collection on PS2, which is a bunch of the Japanese line of Sega Ages remakes, and they put it in a disc for Western release. And I remember loving that game. It still has a bunch of my favorite Sega games aside from Sonic, Tant R, Bonanza Brothers, Virtua Racing, and Columns. I love Columns. And Alien Syndrome. I really love Alien Syndrome. It's one of my favorite Sega arcade games. But yeah, I just went down from there. And Outrun. I had Outrun. I know a lot of people don't really like that version of Outrun. The Sega Ages Do 500, I think it was. The PS2 remake of Outrun, but I really love it. I really love it a lot. I really love Outrun. And yeah, I just went down from there. It's like it went from Sonic, and then I related, like I saw in the box art that it had Sega on it, and I was like, okay, everything that Sega makes is good. Just went down from that path, and I just asked my dad, please just bring me Sega games. And that's how I got into Sega in general. I visited a lot of forums back when I was back in the day. I really liked visiting the Sonic Stadium and listening to Radio Sega and all that stuff. I just really got into the community. I really loved everything they made. I remember getting a GameCube and then getting Billy Hatcher and all that stuff. And yeah, it just went down from here. It just went from Sonic to loving the brand in general. And today it makes a bunch of my favorite games aside from Sonic, I really like the Project Diva games that they do with Hatsune Miku. I really love Sakura Wars. I think one of my favorites franchise is Sakura Wars. And Phantasy Star. I really love Phantasy Star. I've been playing a lot of them, but I remember owning Phantasy Star Zero on the DS, which is my favorite Phantasy Star because it's the only Phantasy Star that I have finished, besides from, playing PSO and stuff. But yeah, it just went from Sonic and it just branched out everywhere else, basically.
Wow. Okay, let me see if I can comprehend all you said there. That was a lot. Okay, so you started with Sonic Heroes. That's not 100% a surprise. I started out with Heroes as well. Battle Adventure 1 and 2 DX. I'm not sure. Yeah, Heroes does not surprise me. I've heard a lot of people say that was their first Sonic game. Wow, Sega really got a lot of people into the and thanks to that game. And I get SVO Heroes a lot. Heroes make win. But anyways, so yeah, the Sega Ages line, I have watched a couple videos on that. Definitely the remix are definitely not loved amongst many people. I want to try them, of course, to make sure what my opinion is, but you might want to fight the internet on some of those opinions.
Yeah, I don't know the most popular. It's not the most popular Sega Ages line. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like the switchboards they've been doing lately. And I agree that it's not like the best that they're done, but it's fun. It's my guilty pleasure. I really like them.
Fair. We all have those guilty pleasures. I say that all the time. Heck. My guilty pleasure is Sonic Boom Laser Lyric. So I know how it feels. Hey, hate me all you want in the comments, guys. I like that game. Sue me. Yeah, I don't know that a lot of people don't like that stuff. But hey, if you like it, good for you. I always say this. It's your opinion, not everybody else's. Man, you there?
Oh yeah, totally agree on that. I'm sorry, there was a slight delay.
Yeah,
Totally agree on that.
That's totally cool. That's totally cool. I thought I lost you there. Yeah, it seems like you have quite the history with Sega. That's good to hear. Let me see. So speaking of which, outside of Sega, are there any other particular franchises that you like?
Yeah, I'm really into, a bunch of those. Final Fantasy, real Final Fantasy. I own a lot of Final Fantasy games, besides from 10. I remember loving Tactics on the GBA, and the remakes, a few of the remakes that they did for GBA as well. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, and Monster Hunter, really love Monster Hunter. I got into it with the PSP Monster Hunter games, and Castlevania. Love Castlevania. Shame that it's, Konami, and it's kind of in the pachinko realm. Same from Konami, both Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid. Again, sorry that they're on pachinko hell. And a bunch of Nintendo franchises, because I grew up with stuff like, Pokemon, the Mario Advance series on the GBA, and what else? Advance Wars. Really love Advance Wars. Really excited when they announced remakes of Advance Wars. Really love Advance Wars and Fire Emblem. What else? Resident Evil. Really love Resident Evil. Resident Evil really resonated with me because it was the first Resident Evil 4. I think it was the first horror game that I ever played, and it gave me nightmares for like 1 month straight. It gave me a bunch of nightmares for 1 month straight. But I really love Resident Evil. What else? The Persona series. Really love the Persona Shin Megami Tensei in general. Just a lot of games that I like. A lot of franchises that I like. The Tales of from Bandai. Konoha from Bandai as well.
I see.
I played a lot of things. I love Halo from the Xbox side. Halo. I love Halo. It was the first person shooter that I played. Because I had a PS2 and it was the Call of Duty, kind of grow up era. The Call of Duty was getting popular, getting hot on consoles, but I never got allowed to play it. As my mom supervised a lot of the gaming that I did. But I went to a cousin's house about the time when the 360 launched, and I got to play Halo 3. I think it was Halo 3, and it was insane. Like at the time, those graphics were crazy, compared to PS2 and original Xbox. It was great. Not really a franchise per se. There's only like one game out, but I really like Psychonauts too, from the Microsoft side. Psychonauts, it's a great game.
That's good to hear. You have a lot of franchises there, man, that you're into. So yeah, Advanced Wars, I'm definitely looking forward to as myself. Sheesh, you and my best friend Ethan will probably get along then perfectly fine. He loves Fire Emblem. Legit. And Advanced Wars, I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm hoping WayForward does a fantastic job. I have total faith in them. I mean, the Shantae series is popular for a reason, right? And Halo, how you feeling about Infinite, man?
I really liked what they showed. It was better than the last time that they showed it. It was really, I wouldn't say it was as bad as a few people thought, but it was definitely rough, for it being the crazy next-gen Xbox Series X type of game, It looking better. I really like how the multiplayer is looking like. I think Halo is the only first-person shooter that I'm willing to play multiplayer in, because I just really love Halo in general. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, that's
good. Infinite. Hopefully, I can grab a Series X by the time it comes out.
Hopefully. Seriously, those clappers are a pain in the ear. Yeah, definitely a lot of franchises that you seem to be into. Definitely a history with Nintendo as well. I have a long history with that company, especially with the Game Boy Color being my first ever video game console, and Pokemon Gold being my very first video game ever. I love that franchise to death, although I will say that Sword and Shield kind of dampened my opinion on the series' current state. But that aside, oh, what were you gonna say?
No, it's Pokemon. It's doing okay.
Yeah.
It's existent, you know. It exists.
Yes, it exists. Pretty much that's how I feel at the moment. Yeah, definitely a lot of franchises that you seem to be into. Okay, here's probably a tough question. What are your favorite idols?
We're getting into a rough territory. Yeah, I'm a big fan of idols. I'm a big fan of J-pop. It's also a thing that I always think I really grew up with, but I really liked stuff like Japanese music from anime. I watched a lot of anime when I was a kid, especially living here in Latin America and the Caribbean. We got a bunch of anime. And luckily, we didn't have as much of censoring stuff like the States got, so we got a more pure form of the genre, you know. But then I branched out to idols. I really like idols. I really like anime. I'll say everyone from the Love Live franchise, you know, Muse, Aqua, the new group Liela. I really like 22/7, another group that I really liked. And everyone from the Idolmaster. There's a lot of people in the Idolmaster. The Idolmaster is a huge franchise. But I really like the girls from Million Live and stuff like that. What else? What was I gonna say? It's just a bunch of people that I like. I really like. It's not really related to an anime or attached to a media franchise I know. But I really liked Necronomy Idol. They're like a kind of a cult goth / idol group. They're really good. I really like the music that they do. But yeah, I'm really into J-pop. Really into idols and stuff.
Wow. Oh, well, if I ever get into that stuff, I'll remind myself to ask you then.
I'll welcome you with open arms.
Well, totally. I'm always up to different types of music. Yeah, I'm called Music Clues after all for a reason. J-pop is definitely a popular one. The Idolmaster I've heard like maybe 5 or 6 times in the last 2 to 3 years I've been a gamer. This seems to be really a lot more popular. And yeah, anime music in general is definitely good. Definitely some of the best music I've heard. I don't care what anybody says. Video game and anime music are just as musical as any other music genre out there. Deal with it.
Totally agree with you there.
Yeah. Definitely some of my favorite music comes from anime, and some of my favorite music obviously comes from video game stuff. Yeah. Okay, here's a even tougher question. What is your favorite video game song?
Oh god.
Okay, I'll make it easy on you. Your top 5.
Okay. How do I not feel this? But Sonic music. Especially after the heck of a symphonic concert that we had for the 3rd anniversary. It was so good. But I have to say, at number 5, I definitely have to have Endless Possibilities from Sonic Unleashed. It's so good. I really like Sonic Unleashed. I know no one likes the Warhawk stages, but I like them. I really do. From number 5, I'll say I really like, I think it's the Overworld theme from Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. To USA, basically. The Doki Doki Panic Race game. I really like the soundtrack of that game. It's my first Mario game, I think, that I played on the Mario Advance compilations that they released. They had, I believe, the Super Mario All-Star version of it. I really love that soundtrack. It's one of my favorite video game soundtracks. And really love Mario 2 USA in general. Number three. I am thinking there's so much music that I like. I'll say, in general, the main theme of Final Fantasy. You know, like the main thing of Final Fantasy. It's so good. Every music in every Final Fantasy game, every track in every Final Fantasy game that I played, it's so good. I'll just put it on the main theme, because the main theme is very good as well. On number two. Did I put number 3? Yeah, number 2. On number 2, Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a beautiful song, especially when you're climbing up a ladder. It's the song for climbing up a ladder. And Snake Eater it's so good. It's such a good song. I really love it. Really love listening to it in like my free time. Really like the soundtrack in general from Metal Gear Solid 3. And on first, what am I gonna push first? Hey, it's so hard. I'll say, looking at my video game collections, if I can get some, it's like music in general. That's something that I listen to a lot, aside from everything. I think. Yeah, it's really hard to pick one, but I'll go with the Sinogre theme from Monster Hunter. Sinogre? You know about? I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's Thunder Beast from Monster Hunter. It's so good. Every rendition of it, it's really good, and it just, especially when you're going to fight the monster per se, Monster Hunter, it's just the theme kicks in, and it's a wild ride. You know that you're up to something. You know that this is not like a first level monster. You're gonna fight like a really tough monster, and it really shows by the soundtrack. It's really good.
Wow. Those are some pretty good soundtracks. Yeah, I would probably agree with Endless Possibilities. That one's probably one of my favorites too. Not my top favorite, but one of my favorites. Super Mario Brothers 2, aka Super Mario Brothers USA, definitely an underrated and underappreciated theme. Everybody knows the World 1-1 theme from Super Mario Brothers 1, but new Super Mario Brothers 2 doesn't really get all that much love. In fact, the only time I've ever seen it get any love is in Mario vs. Donkey Kong spin-offs, where it's quite often the overworld theme in those games, which is quite a surprise to me in general. But I was kind of shocked when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out and there was a new rendition of that theme. I was like,
yeah, I was surprised as well, because Nintendo seems like they just love Super Mario Bros. 1, and they love 3, and they love War. But 2 is just like, yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, but I was really surprised when Ultimate came out and it came with that new rendition. It's very good.
Yes, it was a great rendition. I will agree. So if you haven't listened to it, guys, definitely go into Smash Bros. Ultimate and just listen to it. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Let me see what else. Okay. If you had to pick one video game franchise to revive, which one would it be?
One video game franchise to revive. You know what? As much as I want to say Silent Hill right now, I'll definitely say Klonoa. Bandai Namco places just did something with Klonoa. Klonoa is one of my favorite games ever. From the long list of my favorite games ever. I never got to play the original after I played the remake on the Wii. But but I played both of them. They're so good. The soundtrack is amazing. They're releasing it on vinyl, which I'm very glad that they're doing that. I don't have a record player, but I'm about to buy one just for the Klonoa soundtrack. But yeah, I just really wish they did something with Klonoa. It's such a good franchise, and it could give them like a change of pace, you know. Bandai Namco seems to be releasing fighters, anime fighters lately. It's just good in that sense, but I just really miss Klonoa from the lineup. You know, really miss Klonoa.
Hey, that's definitely a series that me and Ethan have been wanting to look into ourselves. And from your sounds of it, sounds like me and Ethan will be in for a good time then when we eventually get around to playing it. But definitely, I would definitely agree with everything that's going on rumor-wise. I would pray that there would be something related soon. But I'm not going to get my hopes to get incredibly high. This is Bandai Namco, the same company that gave us like, I don't know, like 5 Gokus in Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Oh god, that was so funny. It was amazing. Every time they were going to announce DLC character, it was like, yeah, here, I have another Goku. And it's like, why?
Yeah, and
another one.
Yeah, another one? Really? Sheesh, I don't get it. It's like Sega milking, I hate using this since it's my favorite zone of all time from Sonic, but Green Hill Zone and Nintendo being Nintendo, I guess. But
yeah, Nintendo being Nintendo, definitely.
But yes, let me see. Okay, then I'll ask you like maybe 2 more questions and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so if you had, what are some of your favorite video game levels from certain games? Is there any levels or world from certain video games that just astonish you?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't know, man, I don't know how I don't remember the name right now, but it's the harbor level in Sonic Adventure 2. Man, it's such a good level. You know, the music, how you start the level. A lot of people, I know it's quite a take to big one. Everyone loves Cityscape, and I love Cityscape as well. But man, the harbor level is great. I really love the harbor level.
It's Metal Harbor.
Metal Harbor, yeah, Metal Harbor. I love it so much. I love the music. I just love how the music just goes along with what you're doing. You're going piles, you're speeding, you're going from one point to the other. It's so good. It's really good. I will also say, again, bringing on the table, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. USA. I really like the first level, the ones. The first level or 1. It's really good. I really love the music. I really love how colorful that game is, you know. It might have been a reskin of Doki Doki Panic, but I really feel like they did it good to appropriate it to Mario in a sense. It really works. Going to Mario game, I've been playing a lot of Mario Odyssey lately. I really love Mario Odyssey, and I just love New Donk City. New Donk City is such a wonderful level, such a wonderful world to explore around it and hang about. The music is really good, and it feels out of place, you know, when the humans are human-sized and Mario is Mario-sized. I think I find that extremely hilarious. And another one that I really liked, it's not all of them I really like. I'll say, yeah, I'm thinking, there's a lot of video games that I'm playing. I really liked the Lion King level in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2. Lion King is my favorite Disney movie, and I really liked when it came up. And I think Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't remember if it's 1 or 2. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a while, but I think it's one of those. Yeah.
I see. Those are some good ones. Metal Hobbit is someone I will agree with. That one definitely is probably one of the best stages. I mean, I love City Escape, don't get me wrong. But I just think that one's just as good. Yeah, the overworld from Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Doki Doki Panic, definitely fit its Mario's atmosphere for sure. I would definitely love to possibly see maybe a remake of that down the road on Nintendo. I mean, just saying. Mario Odyssey is, I mean, despite how short the game is, I will admit that the world is pretty good. New Donk City in particular is probably one of my favorites too, just for the music. But I will admit that the humans are a little out of place there. I would prefer to see them, prefer to see a Mario size, but hey, Mario's traveling around the world, so that makes sense. Still a little awkward though. Let me see. What's the last one you mentioned?
The Lion King Award from Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't remember how it's called right now.
Oh, that's it would probably be called the Pride Lands because that's what it's called in the movie. But yeah, Lion King is actually one of my personal favorites. Have you heard of the Lion Guard from Disney?
Yes, I have. I haven't gotten the time to watch it, but I really want to. I heard it's really good. I just want to watch all the Lion King related content. I really love that movie.
Lion Guard is absolutely amazing. I've watched it twice all the way through. Best show ever. And it's a kid show for that matter. Not that that matters anyways. So I definitely, if you're speaking of which, for all the Lion King fans out there, if you have a chance to watch The Lion Guard, please do so. It is a 100% perfect continuation off of the last, well, okay, technically two, since in terms of canon, the third one, Lion King 1.5, was Timon and Pumbaa side of the original. Yeah, definitely watch it if you haven't already. It's so good. Yeah, let me see. Okay, one last question. Actually, I'll let you ask me a question this time. Let's flip sides for a second.
Oh man. I'm gonna ask you. This is gonna be the old timey one. What are your favorite video game franchises?
Okay, that's
putting a reverse Yu-Gi-Oh reverse card on you.
That's totally fair. Let me see. Well, Sonic, duh. Pokemon, Mario, Azelyra. Thinking. Oh, Shantae, duh. Where's my... there's my answer. I usually carry it with me just in case. Okay, let's see what else. I like me some Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I didn't mean to press that. Seriously. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see what else. I'm really getting into both the Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest series. Definitely want to play more of those. Let me see, one more. The Blob. The Blob 1 and 2 are perfect. I love that franchise to death. Literally probably one of my favorite franchises of all time, if not for just the music, like I said again. Well, I guess since I haven't...
I've heard about it. I heard about it recently. I haven't played it myself. I remember when they came out, because I think the first one came out on Wii, right?
Yep.
I think it came out on Wii.
Yep.
Came out on Wii. I remember when it came out, but I never got around to play it. I might have to do it now. You recommended it to me from that perspective.
Oh, man. Literally, you have to play it, man. It's just an experience you have to see. It can get a little stale sometimes, but honestly, the music alone is just enough to keep me engaged and play it all the way through, because, oh my gosh. I can't get enough of that music. Yeah, definitely. All right, since I haven't gotten interviewed myself personally, I'll let you ask me 2 more questions and then we'll officially wrap this up.
I wasn't prepared for the pop quiz. What have you been playing recently? Have you been playing something recently?
Oh, recently? Well, I can't really say too much because I'm obviously working on videos for the channel, but I have been playing some Xbox Game Pass games lately. Recently, I'm just waiting for both Blinks, called Classic, and Crimson Skies to hit the Game Pass.
Yeah, those are good ones. I love them.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for those. But outside of that, just really been playing the usual Sonic, Pokemon Unite in particular recently. Some Smash, some Sonic games, particularly Sonic Colors to get ready for Colors Ultimate. And yeah, just some real good stuff. Obviously, I can play on other stuff too. In fact, in particular, I'm working on a new set of videos for this upcoming week. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. Okay, one last question for me. Go ahead and shoot anything you want. Well, that isn't personal.
Yeah, I'm thinking. What would you say are your favorite video game characters in general?
Whew, that's a tough one. Well, this.
Let's put it down to 3. Top 3.
Top 3. Okay, fair. Let me see. First place goes to Sonic, straight up, just because he matches my personality. You can ask Ethan, and he literally say I'm probably mostly like Sonic. I'm cocky, I let myself get in the way, and I'm very, very impatient. To the point where it annoys Ethan. But yeah. Second, if I had to give it to any character, I guess I've grown to like Samus. She's definitely one of the most interesting characters I will see, and not for obvious reasons. You know, you fanboys, you. She just.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what?
Yeah, Samus is such a great character in general.
Indeed.
Finally getting her back.
Yes, finally getting her back as well. Hold on a second. Yes. Sorry about that. My grandma was calling me. But yeah, Samus, I'm glad she's getting a new game. I'm super excited for the Metroid fans in the series. But let's hope we get that Prime 4 soon here, Nintendo. I mean, you're putting out a new 2D Metroid. Surely Prime 4 can't be too far behind, right?
We are waiting for it.
And then, I guess for third place, this is gonna be hard. Okay, I'll put 2 underrated ones. The duel of Yo and Kai from Haven, and then Freya from Coffee Talk. They're both indie games, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard both of them. I played a little bit. I remember playing the demo of Haven, but I haven't played it right now. I haven't played it, and I've heard of Coffee Talk, as well.
Okay. So Freya, she really relates. She's kind of this person who is nervous, I guess, about is doing like some of the story in Coffee Talk. Spoilers, by the way, for those who want to play it but haven't yet. Basically, what Freya's story is she's working on a novel, but at the same time, she's also working working on her articles, and she's lagging behind because she's mostly focused on the novel. And she's doing this right behind her boss's back.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I can relate to that in quite a few ways, because I definitely have gotten caught a couple times by my mom when I was a kid doing stuff I shouldn't. So I can relate to that. But she's really also this chill, relaxed person. She's the person that will come every day, and every day. She's also kind of a little bit pushy sometimes when it comes to getting a good story. Yeah, I probably would say Freya. And then Yo and Kai, I mean, their relationship inside of Haven is just, oh my gosh, I've never seen such a playful yet cute and sweet and, well, okay, I wouldn't say innocent, but pretty cool couple, I would say. If you you played a little bit of Haven, it sounds like, but you have to.
I played a little bit of the demo.
Yeah, but yes, you have to play the full game. It is just. Words can't describe how much I love that game. That one and Copy Talk. Yeah. Okay then. So last thing is, where can the fans find you?
Well, I'm mostly on Twitter. I don't use main account a lot, but you can find me at _CobaltWolf, where I mostly post most of my drawings when I can draw, and college is not driving me insane. You can head on there. I have commissions open. I get sketch commissions open, and you can also check my coffee and all this stuff. Check all the links I have there. I believe I have my Instagram there, which is the same, CobaltWolf. And yeah, you can find me all around there.
That's cool. Definitely make sure to check out CobaltWolf. And thank you, CobaltWolf, for letting me have you on. It was honestly an honor to get to talk to someone. So I didn't ask too many odd questions. I just didn't really, feel like pushing too much, No, I feel bad for a lot of artists out in this time, especially with the pandemic making things hard, and I honestly don't want to push any buttons either, because I know that sometimes some people tend to push a lot of artists' buttons. I will say that much.
Yeah, but it was great being here. It was amazing. It was nice to talk about video games. I love talking about video games. I like to talk about the things that I love, and meeting people and knowing people that love the same thing that I love. It's really cool when you find.
Yes, definitely.
Talk about video games and have fun with it.
Oh, yeah, I love to talk about video games. I could go on all day if I could. But yes, thank you once again, CobaltWolf, for coming on. And that's all for this episode of Interview Clues, guys. I will see you on the next video. And for now, this is yours truly, Music Clues, signing out for now. And I will see you guys later. Oh, and all the links to CobaltWolf's social media will be in the description below. Yeah, I forgot that. Bye!